In South Africa, the President Jacob Zuma is standing for re-election as the head of his African National Congress party. He's talking to the delegates at the conference right now in Bloemfontein. Let's just dip in.
The directive of the 1942 conference that the ANC should have 1 million members. And when we say audited, in other words, there is no member who has not paid his dues. If we say they are in good standing, there might be a lot that forgot to renew their cards or so. The ANC remains very popular with the masses of our people, not only to vote for it, but join it as members. We may be the only organization that is growing all the time, not just by few members, but many. Today, the 16th of December, is the day on which the ANC launched the People's Army Umkhonto weSizwe in 1961. In the free and democratic South Africa, we mark the 16th as the National Day of Reconciliation, a day.
All right, President Jacob Zuma of South Africa speaking at the African National Congress meeting in Bloemfontein. Haru Mutasa is also there. Haru, what can you tell us about what he said already, and perhaps more importantly, how is he being received?
Well, we're seeing a very confident Jacob Zuma. When he walked onto the stage, he was very confident. He was singing, he was dancing, he was doing what he does so well. He has this talent of working up a room, working up a crowd, getting people to cheer for him. But we do know that his party, the ANC, has a lot of issues to deal with, a lot of infighting, and we know the party is divided. For example, when the conference actually started, some delegate from another province, Limpopo province, stood up and had objections to certain things about this conference. Clearly, he had issues with the president, he had issues with the ANC as it is now, and he tried to raise those objections, but he was very cleverly told to basically be quiet, for example. We are seeing some people who are booing him in the background. Not everyone is happy right now with this ANC conference. There are provinces that don't want him to get a second term as party leader. What is he going to say in his speech to try and convince people that he is the right man for the job? His speech will be important in terms of the tone and content of it. Is it going to unify a divided party, or will it just alienate his political opponents even more? Taimur?
Well, interestingly, this is not simply a rubber stamping exercise, is it? He's being opposed, not least by his own deputy. What are the implications should he lose?
Well, if he loses, it basically shows that the party really is divided. It shows that he's not popular within the certain delegate structures of the ANC, the 4,500 people. A lot of analysts say it's unlikely he will lose. He could face stiff competition towards the end, but he'll probably come out as the victor. But what it does show is that pressure is growing on him as a leader of the ANC. We're hearing mutterings of people who are worried about vote rigging, intimidation, when they go to vote in those secret ballots for the ANC leadership position. People are concerned about that. Will they be allowed to exercise their right? But ultimately, what people realize is that the ordinary South Africans, some of them feel that this conference is not really about them. I mean, yes, they'll decide on certain policies that will shape the future of South Africa, but the delegates inside that tent behind me will vote for someone who will push their own interests. Remember, you have very key, influential ANC figures who have amassed a lot of wealth over the years, people like Cyril Ramaphosa, for example. They will likely side with people who will continue to represent their interests. So ultimately, the average person on the street is hoping that after all the infighting and divisions has gone on, the ANC members will try and look out for the interests of the average person on the street. But right now, I think what people are focusing on is the infighting and the divisions. Can Jacob Zuma solve that? Can he bring the party together? Can you unite the ANC, which is still popular in South Africa? But over the years, we're seeing it slowly losing some votes as people lose out or lose hope or have despair or become discontent and unhappy with the ruling ANC party. Taimur?
Haru Mutasa, live in Bloemfontein. Thanks, Haru.